Hello friends, I am Shelley Clough and today we are back with another Paint One, Make Four Christmas cards. I did these poinsettias, I also did these pretty pine cone ones. Both of those tutorials are up on the channel. Feel free to check those out. Today I'm going to take some inspiration from these cute Christmas light tags that I've done before. A video on that will be coming soon, but we're going to dive in and make some cards now. Okay, so I just have one sheet of 9x12 paper that I have really lightly marked the center line on, and that is going to just help me stay centered because what I like to do is do painting kind of in the middle here, and that's just going to help me to do that. Any supplies that I use today, I will link down below in the description box. Feel free to ask questions if there's anything else that you would like to know about. So I'm going to start by, if we look at these tags, they start with these loopy green lines. So I'm going to do that, and my plan is to have lights looping up and down and kind of snaking around this middle line. So I have a green here that I was using earlier. This is Viridian green mixed with some burnt umber. I'm going to add a little bit more sap green to that, which is kind of a leaf green. It's a little brighter and more yellow than the Viridian, because that kind of classic green Christmas light strand has a little bit more of that yellow tone to it. So I'm just really loading up my brush. This is an Aqua Elite size 8 brush. I wanted one with a little bit of body on it so that hopefully my brush will slide across the whole page. It will be able to hold enough paint, but it'll also have a fine enough point that it can make those thin lines. So I'm going to start over here, and this part is kind of fun. I'm just going to come up and sort of loop around, trying to mimic things on both sides of this paper. I'm just going to reload my brush here, drop a little extra color there. This part is really fun. This is like what you thought cursive was when you were a little kid. It was just making loopy lines everywhere. I'm just going to deepen a few of those lines while it's still a little bit wet. I'm not going to worry too much about it. Okay, now that I have my loops, now I'm going to paint some little nubs for my Christmas lights. So I'm just going to keep this tag kind of over here so we can remember what it looks like. But I have these little squares that I call nubs, and I'm going to place them along this cord that I have. And I just want to be mindful as I'm putting those nubs on of where that light is going to be facing, so that I have some lights that will face in and fill up these chunks, but then I'm also not going to be bumping lights into each other. So I just make little tiny strokes with my brush to make those lines. Do one pointing up right there. This one I might do it like right here. I've got a little room. So you want to make sure to make your loops a little bit big so that you do have room to kind of place your lights where you need to. And you can also adjust the size of your lights once you start painting. Just kind of different ways you can play with it to make sure they all fit in there. Just going through and painting these little squares. This one, so I'm going to have a light coming right there. I think I might do one like right here. And then one right there. So these tags that I've been using for inspiration on these cards, they are, last year I did a 12 Days of Christmas Tags series on Instagram, and I use these tags for that. And I'm really excited to do it again this year, but here on YouTube, so that you have full-length tutorials for it. And then I also have some fun Christmas cards planned. So I got lots of Christmas content, if that is your jam. And then I have lots of other plans for just sort of fundamental watercolor content. Probably most of that will happen after the holidays, because there will be quite a bit of content for the holidays. I'm curious if any of you are not Christmas celebrators. You probably wouldn't have clicked on this video if you're not. But if there's another holiday that you want covered, maybe you want a Hanukkah card or something, let me know if you need ideas for that and I'll see what I can brainstorm. So I'm just making little lines. So I'm not even making a square shape as I paint here. I'm just making little lines to make it kind of a square. This is one of those moments when you just pop in a podcast or turn on a Christmas movie and have that going in the background while you're painting. All right, I'm feeling pretty good about that. I may add a couple more as I start putting my lights in, but that I think will do it for the moment. For my lights, I'm going to get a slightly smaller brush. I have this size 4 brush by Winsor Newton, and I'm going to use that for my little light bulbs. So with my bulbs, I do about 4 or 5 different colors, and I try to make them kind of fun, vibrant colors. So I like to start with this color called Opera Rose, which is a fluorescent pink color, and it's such a fun one to work into a Christmas card because it doesn't all have to be blue and green. So I'm just making a little puddle here. It does not have to be a very large puddle because our Christmas lights are pretty dainty. Just want to make sure I have enough paint mixed up there. And I'm going to start placing some of these little lights. So what I do is I make kind of this football shape, and I leave just a little bit of white space out. You see that? That little speck of white will help it look like it's lit up. And I'm just going to do those every few, I'm not going to count or be precise, but every few nubs, I'm going to do one of these pink ones. And some of these, the white, it's getting filled up, and that's fine. I'm not going to be real stressed about it. If it's left out, that's okay. I'm trying to keep in mind as I go here that these will be 4 separate cards, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so I want to sort of make sure I'm not putting a ton of the same color on one card, or one card will not have none of that color. Just sort of spacing them out that way, keeping those things in mind. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some yellow lights. I'm just going to use cadmium yellow for that. Just making a little puddle here. I'm going to maybe add a little bit of lemon yellow. Sometimes I like to mix the two of those. One of them is a warm yellow and one of them is cool. Sometimes it feels like right in between the two is a really perfect yellow. Okay, so there is some yellow color, and I'm going to start placing those. This is one of those designs where I do like to go over it in some pen afterwards. Like it especially helps the lights really pop out, and it gives it a fun, almost illustrative look. At my classes, the students will call the pen that we use the magic pen because it has a way of fixing all the mistakes that they feel like they've made. This one, if you want sort of a fun craft for kids, or if you don't have watercolor paints, you can also make these little light bulbs with marker. Like this design does not require it to be painted. You could do this with a lot of different medium, whether it be marker or probably marker is the best, but maybe colored pencil or something would work fine too. Okay, now I just have some red. I'm going to go in with red. This is just a mix of cadmium red and alizarin crimson. You can, if you want, when you're doing this for yourself, you can make these little lights bigger if that feels a little fancier to you. Okay, I'm going to do, that's probably good for now. I'm going to do some green ones. I'm going to use a lot of that sap green. And the last color I'm going to use is going to be blue. So I'm thinking about that as I place these lights, just making sure I'm leaving a little bit of space for some blue ones. For the blue, I'm going to use Prussian blue with a pretty good amount of water so it's not super dark. And once I get these placed, then I can go through and find if I have any more empty nubs, then I can just pick a color that is going to work well there. I always love to hear where you're watching from. If anybody wants to share that in the comments, it's really fun to hear where these videos end up getting played. I'd also love to hear how you found this video. Do you already follow me on something like Instagram? Did it get recommended to you on YouTube? I would love to hear more about how you ended up here. Okay, so I have a few little nubs that are hanging out, and I'm going to pick some colors to fill those in with. So this one right here looks like I can make a yellow. And this one here could be yellow as well. Now let's see here, we've got one here. Maybe I will make that green. And one right here. So I'll make that one green as well. Okay, should we check and see if I missed any? Oh, there's one right there. Maybe we'll make that one pink. I have two pinks right next door. That's okay. Missed any more? Pink. Oh, there's one. Should make that one pink. Okay, I think we got them all. Now I'm going to let this dry completely, and then I'm going to do some pen lines over it. Okay, here we are back with our dry painting. I've got my Micron 01 pen in black that I'm going to use to outline some of these little Christmas lights. So I just go around what I painted, do a little line or two inside. See how much that changes it? I love how cute that looks. And when it comes to the nub portion of it, I think whether or not you outline it is kind of up to you and really how dark you painted that nub. My nubs are fairly dark, and so they are, I don't think I need to outline them. This is also where you sort of get a chance to perfect some of the shapes that maybe were difficult to get just right with the paintbrush. All right, I think I got all of those. And now it's time to go ahead and cut this up. So I have a paper trimmer right here. Just gonna slide this under. And oh, you know what? I think right now I'm gonna go ahead and remove about a 1/2 inch from each side. So I'm gonna take this to 8.5, take that off, and then flip it over. Take it to the 8 mark there. I like this cutter because it also has a score tool with it, which we're going to be using for our Christmas cards. Okay, now we're going to slide this down to that middle line that we found before. Okay, now we can chop that in half. So because it's 9 by 12, half is just 6 inches. Okay, now at this point, so some of these look really cute already. Like this one, I feel like all of them except this one. This one looks a little funny to me. So I actually think I'm going to add a little bit after the fact, just to fill it in a little more. Like this loop ended up right on the cutting line. So I think I'm gonna bring some in over here and loop it there and just go back up. And then I'll paint some little nubs. Okay, now I'm feeling a lot better about all of those. Now we can go ahead and stick them onto our card blanks. I've got my card blanks and I have my little adhesive roller, and I'm just going to stick these little cards onto my craft paper blanks. All right, so there we have it. There are our 4 cards from one painting. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you all in the next video.